and thanks so much for joining me. Today we were talking about these Victoria Beckham products. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. So I was really excited to pick these up because I remember when she did a collab with, I think it was Estee Lauder, and I didn't pick up any of them, but I really wanted to. I don't know what happened in that mix, but I just knew that when I heard these were coming out, I wanted to pick something up. So I asked you on Instagram stories. Again, thank you so much for your input, because I couldn't decide which one I wanted. They all looked really interesting, but I just wanted to pick up one to try it first. So you helped me pick out Signature, which is so beautiful. So it's a nice neutral palette. I don't have anything, even though these look like something you would find in most palettes, I don't have anything really. I think the closest one I have is by Tom Ford Cocoa Mirage. It reminds me a little bit of those shades, but not exactly, but it's on that cooler brown side. I also picked up one of her pencils, and what I love is that it's Clean Beauty, and I think that Clean Beauty eye pencils are difficult to find. So I picked the one up in Bordeaux. This is the most interesting one to me. I think I will eventually work my way through all of them, but Bordeaux was the one I picked up. So we're gonna try those on. I'll show you how they work together, because initially when I got them, I thought these won't really go together, but I did find a way to kind of incorporate the both of them. So let's go ahead and just see what they look like on. We've got 4 shades. Just taking my Ray Morris fluffy brush. This is, I will list it below, 7.5. I'm going to take this lightest shade here and just brush that all over my lid, all the way up to my brow bone. I just want to even out the shade on my eyelids. And I haven't prepped or anything with a primer because my eyelid area is typically dry, so I don't have an issue with things bunching up or moving around too much. That's just a nice wash of color to even everything out. I'm going to go in with this shade right here on the end. It actually comes across as like a minky kind of brown, and I know she has some glitter shades that complement these really well, and I think there's one that's similar to this. You can see really blendable, that just really is a nice soft edge on that. I'm not getting anything catching. Very smooth in terms of its application. It's very even going on. So it almost is like there's some gray tones coming out just because my skin is so warm, that it does appear cooler on my skin tone than it does in the actual brick. There's also just a hint of shimmer in this one, but I don't see it as I apply it to my eyelid. Yeah, it's a much cooler brown color on my eyelids. I'm just gonna brush that up a little bit and go in with this peachier shade and kind of transition the two together really lightly. Just slightly warms it up. It's very subtle. I'm focusing that more on the outer half as well, kind of where the arch is. Oh, almost poked myself in the eyeball. Right where the arch is. This will work nicely as I integrate the eyeliner, because I kind of, well, you'll see what I came up with as I was just practicing with it. I used it about a week now. And air conditioner. I'll be right back. Next, I'm taking this Mickey brown color and I'm just going to run it underneath. About halfway. Kind of sweep it upward. This is a Smashbox shadow liner brush. I've been waiting for them to restock the Ray Morris one on Beautylish, but as soon as they do, I'll pick that one up. So you can see this can be as intense or as soft as you want it to be. This brush is a bit more dense, so it's depositing more color. So it does look deeper right underneath this lash line. So I really want that nice and soft. Plus I have those little, they're little diagonal lines under my eyes, and concealer is really visible there. And I don't put that much, but even just the slightest amount of anything. I need it though because my eyes are a little bit red down there. I would like to not put concealer, but it's a little bit too red. So this kind of blurs that whole situation too. Then I'm just bringing it in an upward motion because that's the shape I'll be making with the eyeliner in a moment. Okay, so really that's just mainly this minking color, again with the base of this and then just that to kind of transition in between the two. Next, I'm just going to tightline with this black one. I thought they had a brown one though, so they didn't. So what I did, because they didn't have it, I tried to pick up the Charlotte Tilbury one. They didn't have that in stock. So I picked up this new NARS one because I love the other two I have, Mambo and Mulholland Drive, and this one is in Last Frontier. But I'm going to take this brown, I'm going to take this brown one and just run it in my waterline and then up above as well. I would have used Mambo, but it's just too warm for this shade. So I needed a cooler eyeliner. You will see I will incorporate Bordeaux here in a little bit, and it's going to warm this whole look up really slightly. So I'm choosing brown here because black looks really nice, but I just wanted a little bit more subtlety, a little bit more softness to it because this mink color is really soft. What do they call this? They call this suede. So you can see what a difference eyeliner makes. I'm going to go back with that black liner and just do a quick little, very slight wing on top. My pencil's not that sharp, so it's going to be a little bit smudged out, which is fine. I'm going really close to the lash line here and just angling slightly at the end here. Now I'm just going to slightly take this and dot it underneath, just the outer half or so, right on that eyelash line. I just don't want it to be too harsh. Okay, I'm just gonna take Last Frontier and go right above this black one, just to soften it. Okay, so I'm going to stop there and just add mascara so you can see what a completely cool version of this looks like. And then I'll go in with Bordeaux after I do mascara so you can see how it transforms it in a really subtle way, but I think makes it kind of interesting because you don't see a completely warm look, but you can see that there's something different about it. So let me go ahead and just do this mascara and I will be right back. So I went in with mascara and I also used this whole palette, the Hourglass one, the new Ambient Lighting Edit in Ghost. I'll be posting it soon, but I also want to let you know I finished up with that. So this is a nice, cool, all cool eye. I'm going to go in with the Bordeaux though. This one really caught my eye because it's kind of a unique shade. So you know I love the Mambo shade by NARS, but this one is even more burgundy shaded. It's in fact called, again, Bordeaux, and it has a pencil side and also a smudge side. So I'm going to add it just above the eyeliner I already have and also below a little bit. So you'll see it warm up. I'll add it just to the left side first so you can see. So just a really fine line. So if you have any reddish tones to your brown eyes, this will really highlight that. I think this will work really well with the Tuxedo palette, which I will also be ordering since I'm so happy with the Signature palette. So there, I mean, it's really just the slightest bit of color and it's not that much of a contrast, but it just does something to make this a little bit more interesting. Yeah, this would be really beautiful if you have almost like reddish flecks. I've seen that especially in some of my friends who are Asian, they have brown eyes but like red flecks in there. It's really an interesting eye color. So now you can see the difference between no Bordeaux eyeliner and also with the eyeliner. So when I was experimenting, because I thought first this didn't really go with the palette that I got, and I was thinking I should have gotten the Tuxedo one, but then I thought, let me just play around with this and see what it can do. And so this is one of those tools that really just does something extra for your makeup, but in a very subtle way. So I think the cool is really pretty when you just use all cool colors, but I feel like this just makes it a little bit more rich looking, a little bit more dimension. And maybe it'll be interesting to see the playback on the video because I feel like it's quite apparent in real life, but I'm not sure how apparent it is on camera. So the playback will be interesting for me too, to see if I can see it. But it almost turns it more into a raisiny type shade than just a like a minky cool brown look. Especially if you don't have much room on your eyelid to add color, I think underneath is a really good place to add it. Even when I think I've brought it down too low here, there's usually room to blow it out just a little bit more. I love this little smudging tool on the bottom. Allows you to be really precise. And this does move really nicely. It doesn't tug when I'm trying to smudge it out. As you can see, the overall look is quite basic except for that little twist at the end with the Bordeaux, which I think makes this a really fun pencil to have and one that I think I'll incorporate in other looks just to add that warmth to it. So you'll have to let me know what you think or if you think it didn't work, but for me, I was really happy with it. So I did use all of the shades in here except for this one. So now that we're talking, let's go ahead and let's just add that. I'm going to just add it to the exterior corners. See what that looks like. It's a really deep brown, but again, on the cooler side. Just really slightly gonna add it to the exterior here. Does blend just as well as the other ones. I forgot to mention though, when I do go into this suede color here on the end, it is suede, right? Yeah. You know what I appreciate too is that, okay, if you've been here before, you know sometimes I have trouble deciphering which side is which when you actually look at the label, but here is the brick and then when you flip it, it's facing you, so you can see exactly what the shade is. Little things make a big difference. So I'm just taking, again, that deeper shade, which is Saddle, into the corner here. Just slightly, and then I'll blend it out. So what I was trying to say about suede, after getting derailed there, is that a lot does kind of come off when you put your brush in. So just be careful that you don't end up getting makeup where you don't want to. I don't get fallout though once it's on my eyes. That's not the problem. It's just I notice a lot gets stirred up when I put my brush in the actual brick. Now I have all 4 shades on. So what do I think of this? Let's go ahead and look at the claims first, because I appreciate that you let me know that if you stuck around to the end that you are interested more about the details of the product, and some people, like I said, they just want to see what it looks like on. I'm so glad she came out with this. Clean beauty and luxury beauty kind of are an interesting world, so I'm really excited to see what else she has in store. I noticed there are other items on the drop-down menu like lips and skin, so those should be coming out hopefully sometime soon. Of course, I'll be trying those as well. But it says here that this smoky eye brick in Signature features Victoria's favorite shades for an everyday contoured eye. And I think that's exactly correct. It's just you've got light and deep, and it's not anything that's too different. It's very basic in terms of the colors, but all very beautiful. Basic doesn't mean bad. So Cami is a natural beige, Slip is a soft peach pink, and I like that peach tone in there. Saddle is a deep brown on the cooler side, and Suede is a medium taupe, which again comes across as almost more gray on my skin tone. It says to apply and blend onto lids with your favorite brush as desired. Lightly wet the brush before application for amplified color intensity and precision. I haven't tried that yet, but I will continue to experiment with this. It has hyaluronic acid powder complex. That's what it says about eyes, so not much in terms of like detail. So I am interested in picking up Tuxedo next. I think that'll be a really pretty one to try, and I really am intrigued by the blue one in Royal. I just don't know how much I would wear it, but I do like the colors. I think they're beautiful. Would I recommend this? Yes. What I love about this is the size. At first I thought this is really small, but I mean, who needs to carry around a gigantic palette? And the weight of this. So I love the luxury packaging here. I don't normally talk about the packaging because, I mean, when you get luxury beauty, I always think, of course it's going to be nice, but this is really nice. It's got this beautiful warm gold and then an enameled kind of tortoiseshell type finish on it. I'm not quite sure what the material is here, but it is just luxury all the way with this. And again, I love how it is clean beauty, because that's a little bit tricky to find. And the more I'm reading about chemicals and things like that, the more interested I'm getting in clean beauty. And so this clean and luxury beauty brand is something I'm really interested in. So you'll see me testing out a lot of her products as they come out. The pressing technology allows for all 4 shades to live in one sleek brass, oh, it's brass, Brass Compact for maximum product in minimal packaging. So again, thinking about that footprint on the environment in terms of packaging and waste. These are hypoallergenic, safe for sensitive skin, vegan, gluten-free, and soy-free. Let's go ahead and talk about the eyeliner. So it comes in right now 3 shades: black, bronze, and Bordeaux. This one, it says highly pigmented pencils, key to create Victoria's perfectly imperfect eyeliner look. Oh, I love that. Smudge-friendly application with waterproof staying powder. So that is true. These are easy to smudge, so that's why I want to pick up the black one as well. And it has waterproof staying power. So once it's set, it should not move after that. Victoria uses the bronze shade to line her waterline for soft light, reflecting alternative to classic black, which is what I was doing with the Laura Mercier copper for a long time. So now, I think I have to get the bronze one now, because that is something I had done for quite some time. Now that I just read that, I'll probably have to pick that one up, but this one is a rich matte burgundy. So I think one thing, it's long wear, waterproof, dermatologist tested, ophthalmologist tested, safe for contact lens wearers, and gluten-free. What I liked about this shade, again, is that it just warms it up. It does something a little bit different than most of the eyeliners out there. One thing that I was concerned about is that anytime you introduce like a reddish shade to the eye area, it can make it look like your eyes are irritated. So that is one thing I'm kind of cautious about when I throw in a warmer shade. So what I liked about this though, and the fact that I paired it with the cooler color, I think helped that red eye not happen. So I think I used it quite strategically in the fact that I didn't put it right against my eyeball like in the waterline. I put it above an eyeliner that's closer to my eye. So I did black, and then I did that brown color, and then I did this burgundy color on top of that. So in terms of the distance away from my eyeball. And then this other one on the bottom, I put the brown in the waterline, then I dotted some of that black along the lash line, and then this was the furthest away from my eye. So I think that helped as well. But I really liked the dimension that it brings to this. One thing, of course, you have to sharpen it, but I do like this smudger on the end. So what I love the most about these, I have to say, I'm rarely taken by packaging, but this packaging is like, this is like, if I could have my own makeup line and have packaging, it would be this. This I think is just, it is classic, it is tasteful, it is, I mean, it's a Victoria Beckham. I couldn't think of a more perfect packaging for her. Yeah, I love everything about this. I love the product inside. I love that it's clean. Love this shade. I'm glad I started out with this one, but I think I'm going to end up with both of the other shades at this rate. Really excited to see what she has coming next. Of course, I will be on that bandwagon as soon as she releases more items. So if you picked up any of the Victoria Beckham items that you think I would like, again, outside of tuxedo, black, and then the bronze eyeliner that I'm going to pick up anyway, let me know if I should pick up the other 2 palettes. The other one just looks a little bit too cool for me. And then the blue, like I said, while I love it, I don't know if I would be using it, so I don't know if it's practical, but let me know if you think I should get it. And that's it. So let me know your experience with the new Victoria Beckham products that she's released. So if you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.